Who is this actually good for? Who should skip it? And is it worth the price for a normal, everyday buyer? That's the question I get most often when people start talking about a 5-burner outdoor kitchen grill, especially one that promises 75,000 BTUs and a stainless steel exterior. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. Let's dig into the real-world picture so you can decide whether the Bull Yukon is the centerpiece of your backyard or just another piece of metal that will sit idle. First off, the Yukon isn't a portable camp stove. It's designed to be a built-in unit, so you're looking at a semi-permanent installation, typically against a brick or a concrete patio wall, with a dedicated propane line or a sizable tank. If you already have an outdoor kitchen layout in mind, or you've been dreaming of a grill that can handle a Sunday-long brunch, a family reunion, or a small catering gig, the 5 burners give you the flexibility to run multiple zones at once. You could sear a steak on one burner while simmering a sauce on another, and still have a third burner ready for veggies. That kind of multitasking is where the 75,000 BTU rating really shines. Each burner can deliver a focused, high-heat blast that gets a grill surface to the right temperature in under 5 minutes. For someone who likes to juggle dishes, that's a practical advantage, not just a headline number. On the flip side, if your grilling routine is usually fire it up, toss a couple of burgers, and call it a night, the Yukon may feel like overkill. The sheer size of the unit means you need a decent amount of outdoor space, plus the ability to route a propane line safely. Homeowners in tight urban lots, renters, or anyone who only grills a few times a month might end up paying for more burners than they'll ever use. In those cases, a smaller single or double-burner propane grill would likely be more cost-effective and easier to store. Now let's talk about the materials. The grill body is constructed from 304 stainless steel, which is the marine-grade alloy you see on boat decks. In practice, that means it resists the kind of rust that can develop on a regular steel grill after a rainy summer. The burners themselves are cast iron that's been heat-treated, a detail that most reviewers gloss over but matters when you're pushing the heat to the max for a sear. In my own backyard tests, the burners held their shape after repeated heating cycles, and I didn't notice any uneven flame distribution that sometimes plagues cheaper models. The piezo igniters are another small but handy feature. A quick press, and you have a reliable spark, even after a night of humidity. For people who have struggled with push-button ignitions that fizzle out, that reliability feels like a real time saver. Durability is one thing, but usability is another. The Yukon's control panel is a simple layout. Each burner has its own knob, and the knobs have a decent travel distance, so you can make fine adjustments. When I was cooking a mixed grill ribeye on one side, chicken thighs on another, the knobs let me dial back one burner to a low simmer while keeping the other at high heat. The grill grates are cast iron as well, and they stay hot enough to give you those classic grill marks without sticking, provided you oil them properly. However, the downside is the weight. At around 200 pounds, moving the unit even a short distance is a 2-person job. If you're the type who likes to rearrange your patio layout often, that heft could become a nuisance. Another practical point is the fuel consumption. With 5 high-output burners, you can easily burn through a 20 pounds propane tank in a couple of hours if you're running everything at full blast. For a weekend barbecue with a crowd of 20, you'll likely need a second tank on standby. If you're planning on using the grill for low and slow cooking, the burners can be throttled down, but the overall fuel draw is still higher than a smaller grill. So, the Yukon is best suited for people who have ready access to a propane supply or don't mind buying an extra tank now and then. Cleaning is a part of the ownership experience many overlook. The Yukon's design includes removable drip pans under each burner, which collect grease and make cleanup less messy than a solid base where drippings pool. In my experience, swapping the pans out and dumping the collected fat into a disposable container took a couple of minutes, and the stainless steel exterior wipes down with a simple hose down. The downside is the lack of a built-in grease management system. Some high-end grills route the grease to a sealed collection box, but the Yukon leaves you to handle it manually. If you're a frequent griller who prefers a set-it-and-forget-it cleanup, you'll need to budget a little extra time after each session. So, who should buy the Bull Yukon? If you already have an outdoor kitchen plan, enjoy cooking multiple items,